Don't do that the whole time. Don't do that. Okay. Today, I'm going to teach you a skill you will be using for maybe the next 15 years of your life. Okay? Now listen. How many of you want to go to college? I think all of you are your parents usually pay the tuition because they have that in your plan, okay?
Miss Garrison.
Hands down. Hey. Listen. I'm taping. I need to teach, okay? I got to get this on tape, okay? There are a lot of people gone today. All right, so one of the huge skills you need to be able to do is to prove your thoughts. When you're writing in history, English, sociology, psychology, I don't care what class you're in, you're going to have an opinion, and then you're going to have to prove it with evidence. Okay, so what do we call evidence in here? It's one of these and two of these. What do we call the evidence part?
Concrete detail.
Concrete detail. And then you have the commentary, which is basically the concrete detail is the supporting evidence, and the commentary is the analysis. Now today what I'm going to focus on is how do you put your evidence into your writing. And there are ways to do this. There are tricks to doing this. Lots of high school and college kids don't know how to do this. So I'm going to give you lots of different ways to do that. You'll only need a pen or a pencil out. Now let me hand out the sheets. Here we go. You do it for me, okay? If you pass them out on this side of the room, Mohit, give everybody one over here, okay? You might need more.
Oh, okay.
Write your name at the top of the purple sheet. Now the sheet is purple. What does that mean?
It means it's royal, so don't throw it away.
It's royalty. Don't throw it away. Okay, don't just chunk it in the trash because you will be asked. Please don't talk. You will be asked to pull this sheet out occasionally, and I'm going to say get out your using concrete detail sheet because you are going to be asked to use evidence in writing, and I want you to be able to have this sheet as a reference. Are you ready? Put your name at the top of it. The first way that you can use evidence in your writing is called paraphrase. Say paraphrase.
Paraphrase.
And what paraphrase means is you take the text and you change it into your own words. Okay, so we had to do that already this year. When I asked you to write about Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, did I let you have your book out?
No.
No, you did not on that essay. You had to know the story and then think of a moment in the story to prove your point, and then you had to tell me the story in your own words. So every one of you have already paraphrased a lot this year. Okay, but even when you paraphrase, something has to happen. Okay, so let's look up here at the board. It's the first thing on your handout. This is from the story The First Day. In preparation for school, the mother buys the daughter new clothes and prepares a special breakfast. Now this is paraphrasing a portion of the story at the very beginning, right? What is this right here? Jack, what is it?
It's like saying who the author is.
Good, and is that his first or last name?
Last.
Okay, good. You get a piece of candy. Now here's the rule for candy. We're going to go through 3 rounds of candy. I'm going to give you 3 different pieces of candy. But I've got to let round 1, everybody get a piece, and then boom, we'll start over round 2, and then boom, we'll start over, we'll do round 3. So after you get your candy, even though you're dying to give me an answer because you're brilliant, as I know many of you are, I need you not to raise your hand so that I'm only giving candy out to round 1 participants, and then we'll start over again round 2 and round 3. Okay, so you're done for round 1, but pay attention. The reason I'm giving you candy today, number 1 is because I'm nice, but number 2, I want you to pay attention, okay? So Jack, you're exactly right. That is the author of this story. What is 1?
He's the first.
Okay, go ahead.
He's the first. Like there's no other.
No, that's a good idea though. Yes, Isa. Nope, it's not the first line, but I see where you're going here.
Who was the first author we read? First paragraph.
Nope. No. We're going in the right direction. It's not line, it's not paragraph. Isa?
Sentence.
Nope. Page.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, I want you to circle this for me, please. Circle this, and I'm going to give you the name of what this is called. Circle it. This is called parenthetical, how will you remember the word parenthetical?
Parents.
What does this have around it?
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Get it?
Two
You
parents.
see that? Well, two parent. Oh, I like what you're doing there, but it's because it has parentheses around it. This is called parenthetical documentation, and you are having to document where this paraphrase came from. So even though you're not quoting it, you're telling a portion of the story that it came from somewhere. It didn't come from inside your brain. You're not just making up those words. It came from a source. And the source is from The First Day by Edward P. Jones, and it's on page 1. Got it?
Mhm.
So this is called parenthetical documentation. I want you to circle one more thing. Do you see this period right here?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on the out. It should have gone where? Like in your head, right there? Would you agree that it should have gone right there? This is where it goes. When you use parenthetical documentation, it goes on the outside of the parentheses. Let's just say that the parenthetical documentation is part of the sentence. Will we all agree to say that? Say parenthetical documentation, say it,
Parenthetical documentation
is a part of the sentence.
is a part of the sentence.
So we put the period right out here at the end of it, okay? Put the period out there. Say, put the period out there. Okay, so we're going to remember that the whole time through. All right, now I need you to write this down. The daughter goes to a barber to get her hair cut in a new and different style. This is parenthetically documenting a portion of the poem, The Possessive, that we studied just the other day. Now, the reason why I'm showing you how to paraphrase from a short story and how to paraphrase from a poem is because there are a few things that are different. Just a few, not a lot, but enough that I want you to know about it, okay? So we're going to have this reference sheet forever. George, I want you to do me a favor. Go sit right in front of Charlie so that you can see the board better. I know I'm in your way. I apologize. There we go, babe. That'll be better for you, okay? Thank you.
What's that last?
Okay, I know my handwriting. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
This word here,
No, the one in parentheses.
olds, O-L-D-S.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna have, this is a question for a piece of candy. Who the heck is Olds? Ethan?
The author or the poet.
There, that's nice that you said poet. Is it first or last name?
Last name.
Okay, now this is for a piece of candy. There's no number. Why not?
Oh.
It's a poem.
It's a poem. The number up here represented what? The page. Well, how many pages is a poem? You don't parenthetically document a poem with page numbers. You do it a bit differently. Okay, there you go. Don't do it yet. I'm going to ask a question in a minute. It'll be worth a piece of candy, so don't say it out loud yet. Did everyone copy this down? Did everybody circle the period on the outside of the parenthetical documentation? Okay, good. Okay, now let's look down below. One word of text. Now this seems, pardon?
Is it on round?
No, not everybody's gotten candy yet.
Oh, it's once. Everyone gets.
Yeah, everybody gets a piece of candy. Shh, listen. Sometimes when I was teaching junior level students AP language, they really, I don't know where they got this, but they thought I can only quote, no, stay there, keep your trash. Okay, I'm trying to teach. Are you okay?
His tooth came out.
Oh, your tooth came out? Are you kidding me? Oh, we got that on video. The Tootsie Roll pulled his tooth out. That's good though. You don't have to have or the dentist pull it now. Oh my Lord. Okay, back to me. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking Tootsie Roll. What was I saying?
You said we can only quote. But
No, you said we could only get a piece of candy.
Okay,
Now,
junior level students thought you had to quote the entire sentence. And I'm like, no. You could just do one word to make a point. With one word, you could quote the word to make a point of proving something. Okay, so let's look at that. After the mother asks the woman for help, the little girl looks at the mother as if she is diseased. What little girl is looking at what mother? Who can clarify that for me, Mohit?
The little girl. Oh no.
It's just a portion of the story there.
Okay.
There's another little girl in the story, not the one the
Yeah.
mother's taking to school. There's another little girl.
Oh, the girl by the desk.
And she has droopy curls,
Yeah.
and she's a
And
real.
she puts her hand on
She's
the
kind of a little snot. Would y'all agree? Okay, and she kind of puts her hand on her stuff, like, "Don't look at my stuff. It's better than yours. You might steal it. Don't take it." And then she's like looking at the mother, like, "Has your mother ever told you don't stare?"
Yeah.
Okay, when I was little, I had to be told when I saw someone that looked very different than me or that like had a problem or whatever, don't stare, just keep going, don't stare. And I had to be taught that. So the mother asked the woman for help. The little girl, the droopy-haired little brat girl, looks at what mother?
Her mother.
The illiterate mother. Would y'all agree? Okay, here you go. Did you already get a piece
Yeah,
of
I
candy?
got.
Have you?
No.
That was your candy. You were
Oh.
supposed to catch it.
Okay.
Okay. Looks at the
Hey, no
mother
camera.
as if she is diseased. What word? Everybody answer this one. What word is from the story? Diseased. And how can you tell that, Issa? Okay, do you already have a piece of candy? You're getting one. Okay, that was very good. Sorry about that. Horrible throw. It's probably in the box back
No, I
there.
see it.
Okay, good. All right, now, who is Jones? Raise your hand if you know. Finn,
The author.
the author. Okay, what's 3?
Third page.
Third page. Good. Okay. Let's now write this one down. It seems the mother-daughter relationship has been sliced. Old's 11, comma, and the emotional ends are becoming frayed. 3, because of the daughter's autonomy. I don't know if you're noticing this, but I'm using words from the poem to prove my analysis all in one sentence. So this sentence right here is CD plus CMs. I don't know if y'all noticed that. It's a higher level of, it's a better way to write. You don't want to just say the poet uses the words sliced and frayed, period. These might suggest, you could do that, and you're still getting an idea across. Ethan, you're supposed to be writing this down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. You could do that, but I think it's a higher level, a more mature way of writing when you can put the words inside your analysis, inside your commentary. Okay, so I think that's better for you. So I want to show you that and give you permission to do that. Yes, sir.
Sorry, it's old 4.
Yes. Or actually, Old's 11.
Old 11.
1, and then this is just 3. What word now? I know my handwriting's weird.
Emotional aim.
Ends. E-N-D-S. George?
I just wanted to ask you, this rarely happens, but if you're quoting something, but there's like multiple authors, what do you
Okay.
do then?
Okay, let's just pretend I'm going to do that for you for just a moment, okay? Let's say I'm writing along, and this text comes from an author whose last name is Brown. Okay, I'll say Brown. And it's page 3. Then I'm writing along, and it's a new author whose last name is White. And I'm gonna write White, page 2, okay? And then I'm writing along, and it switches back to Brown. I'm gonna write Brown, page 5, whatever page it is. Now, what if it's Brown, 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 all 3 in a row? I'm gonna show you that in just a moment. Okay, can you hold that thought? Okay, good. So I'm gonna ask y'all some questions about this for pieces of candy. Who is Olds? Raise your hand if you know, and you don't need a piece of candy. Who is it?
The poet.
The poet's last name. Good. Sorry about the toss. Okay, now what's 11? Charlie?
The page.
It's a poem.
Oh,
I'll let you have one more guess. Put your hands down if you've already answered it. George, go ahead.
The word.
No, it's not the 11th word. It's the 11th something else. Not verse. Okay, you said line. Did you already get candy? Okay, good.
Wait,
All right.
I thought it was stanza.
No, it's not stanza, it's line. Now, each stanza, what they'll do when you have lines of poetry, it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they'll write a 5 out over there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they'll write a 10, and they'll number just every 5th line to show like, oh, that one I know it's line 3, or that one I know it's line 6, 7, okay? So they'll number just the, in increments of 5, multiples of 5 there. Okay, let me ask you another question. Oh my goodness, what's this 3 doing out there all by itself? I need someone who hasn't answered a question yet. It doesn't have olds in front of it. Why not? George, did you already answer a question and get it right?
No,
Go, guy. You go.
because olds was already used.
There you go. And that's what I was about to say. Like, let's say the next thing I'm writing is brown as well on page 12. I wouldn't write brown. I would just write 12 there. Does that make sense? Just like I know it's the same author because there's no author, but now it's line 3 in this poem. Okay, has everybody gotten a piece of candy this round? Has anybody not? Charlie, you're my next girl. Okay, Charlie. You're up. You're getting the next one. Okay, what's next on the list? I have mine out of order in the pictures.
It's the
Selected
first
words and
one.
phrases?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Is this it
No.
right here? No?
No. The mother loves.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I apologize. Here it is. Okay, that's big and huge. Okay, selected words and phrases. So let's read this one all together. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
The mother loves the little girl so much that she makes sure her daughter has a stomach full of milk and oatmeal sweetened with brown sugar. Jones 1, to prepare her for the first day of school.
Okay, Charlie, who is Jones?
The author.
Okay, good. Oh, got it. Oh, good job, Charlie. Good job, baby. All right, now we've got the author, and this is on page 1. I'm going to ask this is for round 2. Round 2 is a starburst round.
Oh, yes.
Huh? You can't eat those?
Yeah, neither can
No,
I.
just don't.
You just don't like them? At the end, you can trade them in. Okay, I'll let you do a trade at the end. Aren't I nice? I buy you candy, and then I let you be picky butt about it. Okay, so we have Jones 1 right here. We got it right here next to the quote. Why is it next to the quote? B.
Because that's the quote you made.
That's the quote, and it's representing that quote. Bigger, harder question. Where could it be moved to in this sentence? Brandon?
The end of the sentence.
The end. Right to here.
Yeah, to prepare her for.
Now, wait a minute. I'm allowed to do that because this is the only quote in the whole sentence. What if I had 2 and they were from different pages? You couldn't put them both at the end, could you? Right? You'd have to put them right next to the quotes, okay? So just remember that little rule. All right, now we're all up for grabs here. Let's write this one down. Write this one down, and I've got questions for it. This is round 2 candy.
You didn't tell. Wait.
Sorry about that, I forgot. You're gonna pull out another tooth. Did you want that tooth gone?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What was once spliced ropes are now sliced, and the mother feels the pain of that emotional rite of passage, much like the labor she endured when the daughter was born. Olds 11. Okay, I'm going to ask a question. This is for a starburst, a double starburst. Olds 11 down here. What's on page, or excuse me, I said that wrong. What's on line 11 in this poem? Isa?
Spliced ropes and sliced.
So they're both on there, right? Or I made a mistake, right? They're both on that line 11. It's like feeding seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are.
Seal the actor?
Or seals, plural, not the actor. I very
Yeah, seal.
rarely have ever seen Seal the song or the singer
Yes, I have.
like make seal sounds. So
I have never seen them.
okay, y'all copied that down.
No,
yet.
Ethan, have you got it copied down?
No, not yet. I'm still working.
Where's the word after the on the last line?
Mother.
Labor,
Oh, yeah.
Labor, labor.
In what's the other one next to it? Sorry.
She endured
Okay.
when the daughter was born. You know, in the poem there was the rope motif. Y'all remember the rope motif? And I don't know if I talked about this with your class, but the very separation you had with your mother was at birth. How were you connected to your mama?
Umbilical cord.
Okay, and an umbilical cord is much like a rope That's why we all have belly buttons. They're exactly right. So that actual image of a cord or a rope in the poem is the first rite of passage. It's your first separation from your mom. And there's a lot of pain in that. Parents, mothers especially, have problems letting their kids grow up, right? I guess it depends on the family. It could be the daddy too.
What if, no, like, it's ever happened with, like, the mother just, like, said no, no cutting off the umbilical cord? That'd be weird.
I wonder what
It
would happen.
eventually falls off.
I wonder medically what would happen.
Yeah.
Because
No, it
it's
actually-
exposed to air, I think it would do something to that cord. I don't think the baby could just like, you know, be
Yeah.
connected to the cord and the mom had to walk carefully. You know, I don't think that's on tape now. Isn't that lovely?
One of those child leashes, you know?
Yeah. Okay. It's a permanent child leash, huh? Y'all are weird. Okay, here we go. Who's not finished copying this? I need to turn the page.
I was just gonna say,
No,
Go ahead.
on Saturday it was my cousin's wedding, and I asked my Uncle Rob how he felt, and he goes, it feels weird because it feels like yesterday he was the size of my arm.
I know.
And now he's all
I know.
big and stuff. Now
That's a
I'm
rite of passage that freaks parents out. The kids are fine with it. Adios, mom and dad, you know, but the parents have a hard time. Now, if you're still writing, you can get my pages in a moment. I really need to go forward. Okay, tell me what the next thing is on this sheet.
The
What section?
The text that requires brackets.
Brackets. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to the one that says something about brackets. Here we are. Brackets are amazing.
They are.
Brackets do three things. Write these down. 1, 2, 3. Here they are. Number 1, it allows you to add a word to text. Okay, so like you're allowed to add a word to text. If you have brackets around something, it means like, oh, I'm going to add this word in here to make it more clear in my analysis. I'm going to be able to add a word into the text. Number 2, it allows you to change the verb tense of the text. Okay, change the verb tense. And then number 3, it allows you to change the point of view. So like if you're writing in first person, my, I, me, our, us, you can change by putting brackets around a new word into third person. And then there's one last thing actually, number 4, it allows you to clarify. All right, we're gonna look at that right now. Here's the original text. She takes my hand. Do you remember at the beginning of the story when they're going off to school and the mama takes the daughter's hand and they start walking? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the she? Who's the my?
The daughter. The daughter.
Okay, so on the first day of school, the mother takes the daughter's hand. Why did I put the mother there? Finn,
Because
what am I doing? Am I,
you're saying who she is.
okay, so I'm clarifying and I'm also doing one other thing. What else am I doing, Ethan?
Oh, you're making it to, I don't. Oh, you're changing the word. Hold on, I can't. Wait, what is it? Number 3.
Okay, thank you. Number 3.
Point of view.
I'm changing the point of view. I go from she, I'm just clarifying actually. My is changing the point of view to the daughter's hand. So it goes from first person, and it's written in first person. Who's telling the story the first day? The daughter. It's a narrated. Good job. Okay. All right, so let me ask you this one down here. Original text. My mother slaps me across the mouth. Okay, I'm going to change it in my analysis. When the little girls say a bad word, when the little girl, it should be girl, sorry. When the little girl says a bad word, her mother, why do I change it to her instead of my? Jack?
You're changing the point of view.
Okay, I want it in third person because I'm writing my analysis in third person. It has to match. Okay? And slaps her across her mouth. I'm also doing that same thing. I'm changing it for me. Okay, now let's write down this one down here from the poem. The words "as if the mother owned her" reveal that parents have a difficult time letting their children grow up. Olds 1-2 at the end here. Now you may not remember, but the original line is "as if I owned her." Okay, who wants for a piece of candy who hasn't gotten their second one already? Why do I change it from "I owned her" to "the mother owned her"?
Because it's not you that's talking, it's basically you changing the point of view.
I'm changing the point of view because I'm writing my analysis in third person. Charlie, what's your question?
Word next to the parentheses.
Down here,
Oh, no,
up here,
after first.
Reveal.
reveal.
Oh.
Reveal. I'm sorry about that. What, Finn? I'm sorry.
I couldn't see that.
Okay.
No, those are just the
No. They're going on some type of field trip with the
They're going to
extension.
Stockyard.
The stock. Oh, how fun.
That's fun.
They're gonna get to see.
Okay, who needs a piece of candy? Who has not gotten round 2 candy? Okay, George. Why is this 1-2 for olds? Line 1-2. Why is it both of them?
It's going,
You're on the right track.
is it, doing,
This line, "as if I owned her." Why is it 1-2 instead of just 1 or 2?
because it's on 2 pages
Not pages in poetry, it'd be on what? 2 what?
to line.
There you go. Good job. Okay, sorry about that. My tosses are bad. But you're getting candy, so no one's complaining, right? Okay, what's next, Finn? Tell me, or Brandon, what's next on here?
Multiple selected words or phrases.
No,
of text.
separate.
Okay, here we go.
Separate.
Yeah, no.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a big question here. Let me erase this.
Yeah, I
Your
don't have my candy yet.
You don't have you haven't had your second round?
I haven't either.
Okay, here we go. This is y'all's opportunity. Everybody gets 3 rounds of candy. I guarantee it. You're gonna leave here all sugared up. You can go to sports. I won't
Yeah,
care. I won't care that you're hanging on the ceiling. Okay? Yes, sir.
No, I haven't gotten my candy.
Okay. I want you to read this whole passage to yourself. You can either read it here or on your page. Go, read it. Read it to yourself. It's basically a list of what?
Clothing.
All the new things she got, right? Would y'all agree? Okay, how many lines of text are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4. Why can't I just do this? Did I make a mistake? Couldn't I just put quotes there and there, and that's all of them?
You know, 'cause it's not,
Couldn't I just do that?
no.
Okay, this is for the last round of candy. Who still needs it? Or Holt. Why can't I just start right there and say it ends right there? It's all lines from the story.
Because you're putting your own words in between.
There was one. Which word?
And
And. But also there's another reason. I'll give you a candy for that, Holt. Good job, buddy. There's another reason. Why, Finn?
These you're describing.
Oh, wait. Mohib, you got candy. Go ahead, Mohib. Why can't I just start it and end it?
because they're in separate parts of the passage.
Yeah, they're kind of in that whole first paragraph, but they aren't all in a row exactly like that. You could if they were all in a row, but I'm combining all of them into my analysis. Okay, so I have to show that they're each separate. Now, where did all of those come from? Where did all of those pieces of text come from? Who doesn't have a second round piece of candy yet? Charlie, where did all of those lines come from?
It came from the poem,
The story on what part of the story? The first what?
verse line.
That would be in a poem. This is the short story. Do you
Oh.
know what that one stands for in
In the
prose?
first page.
There you go, baby. It all comes from the first page, and actually the first paragraph too, but that's not what the one stands for. Okay, the next one. The little girl wears black patent leather miracles. Jones 1, but the mother wears darn socks and shoes that make loud sounds in the hallway. Jones 4. I made a mistake. This is for round, who hasn't gotten round 2 candy? This is for round 3. Okay, so what is the mistake that I made?
You don't have to rewrite Jones. You can just put 4 at the end of the sentence.
Okay, good. Why do I not need Jones there?
Because you already wrote it up there.
Okay,
So-
Tootsie or Starburst?
Either one. I don't really care.
Sorry about that. Bad throw. The Starburst don't fly exactly right. They're crazy. Did you have a question? No, you just want your other candy. Okay, here we go. All right, write down this part. Write down here the diction choices. Write that down. And I'm going to ask you questions from it. Start writing it down right now. We're almost done with the writing. And I'll get out of your way, Finn. Now, you've been playing dodgeball with me the whole time. I appreciate you being patient. Okay, I got all kinds of things going on in this analysis passage. I've got my concrete details kind of embedded in there, woven into my analysis, which I think is much more mature and a more advanced way of writing your analysis by combining the two. Such diction choices, diction just is a fancy word meaning word choices that the poet makes. Such diction choices as sharpened, cuts, blade, and carbon steel suggest this separation involves pain created by the tools and the daughter possesses, autonomy, and a haircut. That's her way of wielding her own will, okay, is through making decisions on her own. Who can tell me what autonomy, what two roots are in autonomy?
Auto, which means self, and autonomy, which means like working.
Okay, no. Auto means self.
Governing.
What nom means what? Say it again. Governing. So which one would you like? Okay, so autonomy is when you get to govern your own self. Okay, you get to make your own decisions. Now, someone tell me what Olds 5, 6, 7, and 9 are. Campbell.
Olds is the author. Possessive is the poem. So 5 would be the 5th line, 6 would be the 6th line, and 7 would be and 9 would be
What do you want?
Starburst.
Okay. What's next on the list? Tell me what picture's next.
Portions of text. Wait, hold on.
Okay. Are y'all still doing this one?
Yeah.
I'll pause for so we only have 9 more minutes left, so we got to be a little super quick here.
I think we finished with the writing after that.
I know, that's nice. This now, who still gets candy? Raise your hand. Who still needs it? 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
need it.
5, 6.
You're wanting need.
9 if you need candy. I've got to make up 9 questions.
Yeah.
I need candy. Yes, sir. Okay, are you ready now? Can I
Speed
turn
round.
the page? All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. We need the candy. Okay. When I'm reading a novel or a short story, how do I know something is dialogue? What happens in the story where I know it's dialogue? Finn. Good. I like that you did that. It has these in it, right? These are the quotation marks. Everyone do these. Okay. All right. Which do you like? Okay. Now, in a story, you can have dialogue. What's the other part of the story called that's not characters talking? What's that part of the story called when the story is just being told?
Okay. Fine, pass.
Narration. Okay, so look up here. I'm going to circle the dialogue. Do we all agree? Is that dialogue? Circle it. Write dialogue above it. Okay, dialogue. So what's this stuff here? I stare back at her. Don't stare, my mother says to me. What's the underlined part called? And Ethan just said it. That's the narration. Now, when you're writing your textual evidence, you may want something someone said in your analysis to prove something, okay? How do you put it in there if dialogue has quotation marks around it? Well, here it is. Look at this. This is an example with introduction. After the mother has to ask the woman to help, she tells her daughter, quote, "Don't stare, Jones 4. Now, we know that that's from the story and it's dialogue, okay? And it works. I'm trying to make up questions. If you don't get a question, I'll ask you something at the end that'll get you your candy, okay? So do y'all see if you're just writing down dialogue, you do normal quotation marks? And nod your head yes if you understand that. What's your question, E?
May I please have a Starburst?
Oh, did I forget to give you candy? Okay, yes, sir. One moment.
Thank you very much.
Let me get to where I'm on a clean slate there. Okay, here it comes. Whoop. Oh, good catch. What? You got skills, kid. Okay, here we go. Now, Holt, do me a favor, buddy. Read this big long passage up here, and I'm going to circle the dialogue and underline the narration. Go, read it. I can't read it.
The first day, original text. I stare back at her.
No. Start read that right here. I can't read it.
I stare back at her. Don't stare, my mother says to me. You know better than Oh.
I can't start right there. I can't read it.
I can't read it. Oh, I thought you were saying I can't read it. And I was like, okay.
No.
I can't read it. I don't know how to read or write, and I'm asking you to help me. My mother looks at me, then looks away. I know almost all of her looks, but this one is brand new to me. Would you help me, Ben?
Okay. So the part that I have circled is the dialogue. Do you see that? What's the underlined part called?
Narrative.
Narrative. Okay, now watch. If I'm going to tell my reader that this whole thing is from the story, where does my quote start and end? What have we been doing? The text where it starts at the beginning and then it ends at the beginning. We put the two quotes, one on each side, don't we? So literally you have to start the quotes here and end them here. Would you agree? Okay, just ignore these. Let's get rid of them. Okay, let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Okay, now watch. I also need to tell my reader where the dialogue occurs. But we already have quotation marks there. Can I put quotation marks?
No.
That's not the rule. Here's the rule. When you have quotation marks inside the quotation marks, what do? It's one of these. It's not one of these. Let everyone look. Don't do this. You do this.
You do what?
So it shows where you do a single one right there to show, oh, now this is dialogue. I can't read it. I don't know how to read it, and I'm asking you to help me. Now, to show that it ends, I do a single one there. My mother looks at me, then looks away. I know I'm almost all overlooked, but this one is brand new to me. Now, dialogue, what do? A single. Would you help me then? Now, did that dialogue end?
Yes.
Yes, so a single, then why this?
Oh, because it's the end of the passage.
End of the whole textual passage. So I've done it, it's basically down here, and then it's Jones 3. Why is there a question mark? Because instead of a period, right? Jack, go ahead.
Because it's, she's asking a question after.
That's right. So it's not a period here, and where does the period always go? Right there. So you would put the question mark there.
Starburst.
Okay. Who did not get their third candy? Come up here.
Answer the question.
Come up here. And pick out which one you want, one Tootsie Roll or a Starburst. And now here's my rule. If I feed you candy, it's your job to put every bit of trash in the trash can. Let's do that now. Okay, good job today. Save that purple sheet.
Mr. Nance, can I